when doing your body composition, you're going to be measuring 7 different skin fold sites all on one side of the body. It is important that when you're doing these measurements that you take them at least twice. A third may be needed if the two measurements were not within 2 millimeters of each other. In which case, you would take the third and then you would average. You would take the two closest measurements, divide them, and take the average of those, and that would be your measurement for that particular skin fold site. Now, it's easier to demonstrate this with a partner, but by me being by myself, I'm going to kind of show you how you can perform some of these measurements and do these measurements on your own. So let's get ready. We're going to start with the chest and pectoral. I'm going to put the camera down so you can kind of see. Sorry, bear with me. Okay. So what you're going to do is, as long as you're on the same side of the body, so I'm going to use my left side of my body, just easier. So what you're going to do, you're going to take a diagonal fold for men. This differs from men to women. What I'm going to show you today is how to do it for men. You're going to take a half fold pretty much between the distance of the nipple and the anterior axillary line, which is about right in here. And what you're going to do, you're going to take a diagonal fold, you would pinch it, mark it with the X, and that would be your spot. The next one we're going to look into is the max axillary. I'm sorry, I always butcher that word. Site fold that we're going to take. This is pretty much the same for men and women. What you would usually do is try to show y'all as best as I can. You would usually take maybe like a tape measure and measure the distance from the armpit all the way down to work right at your hip bone, and you would pretty much find the right middle to mark your X in the pinch. So my X, I know you can't see it all, but my X would be right up in here. So this is what I would take. You're going to take a vertical fold pinch like that, and then you would pinch it right there. Alright. The next one we're going to do is the tricep. Now this one is going to be really difficult to do by yourself, but it still can be done. What would you do is, still taking that same side of the body, you would measure the back of the arm just from the shoulder, the top of the shoulder, to the acromion or the elbow, and then about halfway you would do the same vertical fold pinch like that, mark your X, and that's what the skin fold site will be taking. Some people, I've heard some videos and demonstrations would even show you maybe where you can put it behind your head like this, and you can measure it like that. This would probably be easier if you're trying to do it for yourself rather than on a partner. The fourth one is the subscapular fold, a subscapular site. I'm sorry. And this one's going to be on the back. This is another difficult one, hard spot to get into if you're by yourself. But what it's pretty much going to be is going to be about a centimeter or 2 centimeters, depending, below your interior angle of the scapula. So you can see my scapula right there poking out, right? So the site, you can see the indentation of my scapula, subscapular. And if I was to move my finger about a tick or two below, I would take the fold. You would take it as a diagonal fold, which is really hard to show right now, I'm so sorry. But you would take a diagonal fold. I would mark my X right about here. That's about a centimeter or 2 down. I would mark my X right there, and that's where I would take my diagonal fold, not a vertical fold. You need to take a diagonal fold to pinch this one. A diagonal fold at about 45 degrees. I wish I could really show y'all that, but this is just something that you could try to do on your own. The next one is going to be the abdomen site. So this one is really easy. Which all you're going to do is you're going to go about 2 centimeters right above your umbilicus. I'm sorry, 2 centimeters to the right of your umbilicus, not up, to the right. And this is about, like I said, I like to just kind of take a fingertip at a time, since I don't have a tape measure. and that's about 2 meters to the right. You're going to do a vertical fold, and that's where you would pinch. Alright, let's go on to the next one. I'm so sorry, y'all. Alright, so the next one's going to be your super iliac. So what you're going to do is, let me move the video down a little bit. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to come to your side. I'm trying to scoot up so y'all can kind of see it. Now, what you're going to do, this is going to be another diagonal fold. Let me show you how you're going to do this diagonal fold so you can see how you would do it for your back, for the one for your subscapularis. So you're pretty much going to do it in like a straight line, like a natural angle, no 45, 50-degree angle necessary. And where it's going to be taken is right above the iliac crest, on the anterior axillary line, and immediately like superior to the iliac crest. So like right above it. So where I would mark my X on my body, my hip being right here, I would take my diagonal fold. I can feel the top of my iliac crest right here, and it would be directly superior. So I would take my fold right there. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So the next one we're going to show is the thigh. There's another one you kind of should have a tape measure for. But what you're going to do is you're going to pretty much take this measurement from the middle, pretty much the middle of your thigh. That's where you would mark, where you would mark your X midway between. I'm going to show you my left thigh. You can see it. Alright. There we go. Yeah, so you're going to take your X about midway. I would say my midway would be about right here, right between the proximal border of patella and the this is another word I butcher, I'm so sorry. Inguinal crease. This crease right here on your hip, right between there and right between your patella, right in the middle is where you would take your X, and you would use a vertical pinch to take your Skinfold site assessment. See it? Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it. Alright, now that is a 7-site Skinfold assessment test. Like I said, that is one you can kind of do on your own. It's kind of difficult to do on your own. I definitely recommend a partner if you can find someone to perform it on you, or you can perform it on them. But that is the 7-site Skinfold test, and that is how you take it. Thank you.